Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate and India discussing enhancing joint investments and commercial exchanges between both countries. Taqa police station is opened in the governorate of Dhofar. And the Royal Army of Oman opens an asphalt factory. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of Diwan of the Royal Court and Chairman of the Civil Service Council, issued today a decision declaring the official leave on the occasion of the blessed Renaissance Day, the glorious 23rd of July. It will be on Monday, 23rd of July 2018 for employees at ministries, public authorities and other departments of the state's administrative apparatus. The Minister of Diwan of the Royal Court seized this opportunity to extend utmost greetings and best wishes to His Majesty the Sultan on this glorious occasion, praying to Allah the Almighty to protect His Majesty, grant him good health, happiness and long life, and for the return of this and similar occasions on His Majesty for numerous years to come, the Omani people and dear homeland further progress and welfare under his wise leadership. Meanwhile, His Excellency Sheikh Abdullah bin Nasser Al-Bakri, Minister of Manpower, today issued a ministerial decision stating that Monday, 23rd of July 2018 will be leave on the occasion of the Renaissance Day for employees of private sector's establishments. The decision allowed employers and employees to agree on compensating this leave if work necessity arises. The employees whose weekly off day coincide with the mentioned leave should be compensated as well. All employees at the private sector seized this opportunity to extend their greetings to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos on this blessed occasion, praying to Allah the Almighty to protect His Majesty, grant him good health, happiness and long life, and for the return of this and similar occasions on His Majesty, the Omani people with blessings, good omen and welfare. Enhancing joint investments between the Sultanate and India topped the discussions of the Oman-India Joint Committee meeting in Muscat today. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masood Al-Sinadi, Minister of Commerce and Industry, and the Indian side was chaired by His Excellency Suresh Prabhu, Minister of Commerce and Industry and the Civil Aviation. The meeting also discussed the development of cooperation in the fields of information technologies, civil aviation, logistics and food security.
I have discussed today possibilities of looking into other areas. So I think space was one of them, which India is very much interested to do more in Oman with regards to geographical information and space, the Internet of Things. We also thinking of expanding the relationship in terms of short movie making and advertisement, TV advertisement. India has definitely capacity, and Oman is now growing in this area, especially in knowledge oasis and Rusail. We have also looked at the areas of industrial design, and I think India has a lot to offer. What we discussed also issues related to water and related to environment, and that is an area of great interest to us in Oman. Entrepreneurs and SMEs from now on will be under our eyes and in our radar. The numbers are growing and the interest is growing from both countries. You remember there was a big delegation of young entrepreneurs that went out and saw the Prime Minister and the Minister of Commerce. We would like to do the same, always and always. We would like to connect the SMEs.
Are looking forward to now getting into new businesses like logistics, for example. New technologies, whether it's a blockchain technology, whether it's artificial intelligence, whether it's a big data, whether it's Internet of Things. Many ideas like that can be used jointly. Particularly the strategic location of Oman for trade is very significant, because we cannot do trade in that part of the world and link the other western part of the world without Oman being part of that. So this is a great advantage for Oman, and we should try to take leverage on it by making sure that the new logistic will become a new champion of investment. Services, which we are not exploited fully yet, is another great area of possibilities. because I can see very clearly that services will be growing at a much faster rate than merchandise in global trade.
Minister of Tourism will organize seminars and workshops in a number of Indian cities to introduce tourism and investment opportunities in the Sultanate. That was announced by His Excellency Ahmed bin Nasser al-Mahrzi, Minister of Tourism, during his meeting with His Excellency Suresh Prabhu, Minister of Commerce and Industry of India, and his accompanying delegation, who is on a visit to the Sultanate. His Excellency the Minister of Tourism stated that the Indian counterpart requested during the meeting the exemption of sponsorship for Indian tourists, pointing out that the ministry is working on that with bodies concerned. The two sides agreed on activating a memorandum of understanding signed between them in last February. The Royal Oman Police ROP today celebrated opening the new building of Taqa Police Station in the Governorate of Dhofar. Taqa Police Station is a new security and services edifice to be added to the ROP, and it will be added to their achievements as part of its continuous expansion covering all governorates of the Sultanate. The premises is built as per the latest technical standards to provide the best police services to citizens and residents. The opening ceremony was held under the patronage of His Excellency Sheikh Salim bin Mustahil al-Mashini, advisor at the Diwan of Royal Court. Taqa Police Station included sections for public security investigation, criminal investigation, traffic accident and operation room, and administrative offices. The new station also included a building to provide police services in the fields of passports, residence, civil status, and traffic. Regulations and practices in financial derivative and investment strategies were the main pillars of a training program that kicked off today in Salalah. The program is organized by the Public Authority for Capital Market in cooperation with the Union of Arab Securities Authorities. The program targeted those working in capital institutions such as authorities, stock markets and deposit centers, beside other bodies affiliated with the financial market. The discussed over-the-counter derivative and forward contracts. The program included a number of work papers which discussed principles of clearing, its definition and purpose, along with the main trading and pricing centers' investment policies in derivative. Still to come in our news bulletin. A Kenyan tanner in Kisumu is specialized in creating a new product which was unheard of earlier, fish leather.
عبق فاح بين جنباتها، فنفثت سلاما برائحة لبانها. حلقت عاليا نحو السماء، فنقشت بأبجدياتها تاريخا جميلا، وبكرمها أمست مضربا للأمثال. مهرجان صلالة السياحي 2018 من 10 من يوليو إلى 25 من أغسطس.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. His Excellency Mohammed bin Nasser al-Rasbi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Defense, met with the delegation of the defense industry from the Republic of South Korea, led by Major General Kang Chin-soo, the Executive Manager of Operations and Programs Division in the Korean Ministry of Defense. They discussed several issues regarding defense between the Sultanate and the Republic of South Korea. They also exchanged cordial talks during the meeting. The Royal Army of Oman held a ceremony to inaugurate asphalt factory affiliated to Engineering of Sultan's Armed Forces. The RAO commander, along with senior officers, listened to a briefing on the factory, its stages of establishment and its equipment, in addition to the stages of production to meet the expectations. The sword of the RAO commander was given to those in charge of the factory in recognition of their efforts during the construction phases. The RAO commander and senior officers toured the factory through which they saw its equipment, machines, and the process. In cooperation with the Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Export Development, ITHRA, the Tanzania-Oman business meeting reviewed the opportunities to develop the economic and investment exchange between the two countries, as well as to encourage the exports movement between the Sultanate and Tanzania. The meeting witnessed a participation from businessmen from both sides. It is worth mentioning that both the economic and business committees in the two countries are working together to further develop the relations so as to serve the joint commercial interest. The global energy price agency Argus Media started today publishing the prices of some Middle East oil condensates compared to record contracts of Omani condensates in Dubai Energy Mercantile. This step came after the Saudi Aramco company said that it will change the program of its official pricing of oil to be according to Dubai Energy Mercantile for Omani condensates. The Global Energy Price Agency, in a statement on its official website, said that it has started publishing the daily instant differences for some condensates compared to the settlement price of Omani condensates. Oman oil price September delivery 2018 rose today by $1.44 to reach $73.07 per barrel. The Ministry of Tourism is working on the development of touristic locations in the Governorate of North Batina through establishing a real partnership between the government and private sector institutions. It is also putting up development plans in coordination with various bodies. The Governorate has a number of touristic potentials, such as the Hajar Mountains, sandy beaches, and historical markets that shed light on traditional heritage. The Governorate is also distinguished by its castles, forts, and towers, as well as other landmarks that narrate the deep-rooted Omani history. On the other hand, some wilayas of the Governorate have various wadis and springs combined with natural beauty and local crops. The number of Kharif season visitors during the period from the June 21st to July 15, 2018 reached more than 105,000, with an increase by 66.8% compared to the same period of 2017, in which the number of visitors exceeded 63,200 people. The number of visitors from the 5th to 11th of July reached more than 48,500, with an increase of 39.9% compared to the week before that. It came according to the survey project of Kharif season in Salalah 2018 that implemented by the National Center for Statistics and Information. In Kisumu, Kenya's third biggest city, fish is a culinary delight and one of the biggest economic activities of the city. But once the fish's most desired parts are sold off, the rest is wasted. Newton, a local tanner, has found an innovative way to make sure that no part of the fish is wasted, creating fish leather. Here is a report.
It's leather, but not as you know it. Newton from Kisumu in Kenya is a tanner of fish leather. Once the scales are off, the fish skins dry for a day before Newton can start tanning. First the skins soak in a drum, then the remaining flesh is taken off so the skins can be stretched.
This is what we now call a crust, fish leather crust.
Newton decided to create his fish tanning business in 2012 after witnessing huge quantities of fish being wasted in the fishing industry.
In Kisumu, we have several filleting industries, fish filleting industries. They produce close to 150,000 metric tons of fish waste. 80% of this is actually fish skin. Initially, this fish skin used to be thrown.
Newton now employs 12 people full-time. Agnes has been working with him for nearly 4 years.
I discovered this trade, and from then on my life was changed. Before it was difficult, now it is much better.
As well as cutting down on waste, Newton has also turned his hand to fashion, creating his own fish leather footwear and clothing.
If we have fish, why can't we be proud of our fish and use it more economically and be proud of it? So when I put on the shoes made from fish leather, I put on the cap as well as the jacket, I feel happy, I feel very proud.
Through investment, Newton hopes one day to employ more people, scale up his business and make a name for fish leather on the world stage.
Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and its nearby mountains with chances of intermittent drizzle. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of cloud accumulation and scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains. Low clouds and fog late at night and early morning are expected over the coasts of the Arabian Sea and Sea of Oman. Winds will be south to southwesterly, light to moderate, while seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate and India discuss enhancing joint investments and commercial exchanges between both countries. Tarqa police station is opened in the Governorate of Dhofar. And the Royal Army of Oman opens an asphalt factory. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.